Hi everybody, welcome to I2I Gurukul. Today we are going to discuss about the structural study of conjunctiva. In the previous sessions I have covered the structural study of cornea. Before starting this session, I would like to request you all please subscribe my channel and hit the bell so that you will get all the notifications whenever I upload the new videos. So coming to the point, that is today we are discussing the conjunctiva structural study. So we'll go through all the structures. So my question: how are the eyelids connected with the eyeball? Do you know what connects eyeball with the eyelids? The answer is conjunctiva. The name conjunctiva is derived from the word conjoin, which means to join. It conjoins the eyeball with the lids. The conjunctiva is a thin transparent vascular membrane which covers the inner surface of the eyelids and is reflected over the anterior surface of the eyeball up to the limbus. Medical term that limbus means the point where the cornea and conjunctiva meets. The medical term limbus, it means junction between the cornea and sclera, is called limbus. The conjunctiva under microscopy, it will show the next three structures. Those are first epithelial layer, adenoid layer, and last one is fibrous layer. Epithelial layer is arranged in 2 to 5 layers. Mucin glands are present in this layer which secretes the tears. Also this provides defense against the infections and injury. Goblet cells helps to secrete the mucin. It lies on the epithelial layer throughout the conjunctiva. Now coming to the next layer, that is adenoid layer. It is absent at the birth and develops after 3 to 2 months. The mucous layer, the last one, which contains the blood vessels and nerves found in these layers. Medical terms of adenoid: the adenoid layer contains fine meshwork of fibrous tissue with lymphocytes, cells of the immune system. This layer is absent at the birth and develops only after the baby is 3 or 4 months old. The fibrous layer is deeper and consists of connective tissue fibers and blood vessels and nerves of the conjunctiva. Leukocytes are the cells of the immune system that are involved in protecting the body against both infectious disease and foreign invaders. Also, conjunctiva under the microscope will show the three structures, that is the palpebral and the bulbar and fornix. So now we'll go through the palpebral structure. Palpebral conjunctiva is divided into 3 parts. One is marginal, second one is tarsal, and the third one is orbital. The palpebral conjunctiva, it is the inner lining of the eyelid, which spares the blood supply with the eyelids. Now we are going to discuss all these 3 parts of the palpebral conjunctiva. The first one is marginal conjunctiva, which extend from the lid margin to the sulcus substantials, and it is the area in which you apply cosmetic decorative particles. It is the common site of the settling the foreign bodies. Lacrimal puncta appears in this region, both upper and lower lid. To the next point, that is tarsal conjunctiva. Tarsal conjunctiva present in the both upper and lower eyelid. Tarsal glands, those are Meibomian glands, are visible through tarsal conjunctiva as yellow lines. Glands of Wolfram present in the upper lid and lower lid borders of the tarsus. Coming to the third point, that is orbital conjunctiva. It is loosely covering between the tarsal plate and superior fornix. It throws the horizontal folds during the eye movement due to the presence of Hanel's glands. Hanel's glands helps to produce mucus. It helps for the eye movement, and it lies over the Mueller's muscles of the upper lid. Coming to the next point, that is bulbar conjunctiva. It is the thinnest of all the parts of the conjunctiva. It covers the outer eyeballs. Due to its transparency, white sclera and blood vessels are seen clearly. Bulbar conjunctiva can be subdivided into scleral and limbal. Bulbar conjunctiva can be divided into two parts, scleral and limbal. The scleral, it extends from the conjunctival fornix to the superior and inferior limbus. Limbal conjunctiva is a 3 mm ridge of bulbar conjunctiva around the cornea is called limbal conjunctiva. Junction between the cornea and conjunctiva and glands of Mans present in this region. The limbal conjunctiva helps for nourishing the peripheral cornea and helps the wound healing in the corneal layers. It has a meshwork and act as a pathway for aqueous. Coming to the next point, that is fornix. The area where the palpebral and bulbar portion of the conjunctiva meet beneath the upper and lower lid is a loose pocket of conjunctival tissue is called the fornix or cul-de-sac. Number of goblet cells present in this region helps for mucin secretion. The loose and flexible tissue allows the free movement of the lids and eyeball. Glands of Krauss, also otherwise called as Schicho glands. It is found in the subconjunctival tissue of the upper and lower fornix. It helps to secrete the tears. Now I am going to discuss about the fornix of the conjunctiva. The superior fornix lies between the upper eyelid and the globe. It is located 8 to 10 mm from the limbal conjunctiva. Inferior fornix, that is, lies between the lower eyelid and the globe. It is located 8 to 10 mm from the limbal conjunctiva. Lateral fornix, that lies temporal side of the eye. It is located 14 mm from the limbal conjunctiva. There is no medial canthus in the medial side. Fornix is replaced by the caruncle and plica semilunaris, which lies on the nasal side of the eye. It is located 7 mm from the limbal conjunctiva. Medical term, caruncle. The caruncle is the small pink globular nodule at the inner corner of the eye. Plica semilunaris, it is a small fold of the bulbar conjunctiva on the medial canthus of the eye. Now I am going to discuss about the glands of the conjunctiva. Glands present in the fornix conjunctiva, that is glands of Krauss, found in the upper and lower fornix, helps for accessory tear secretions. Second gland present in the palpebral conjunctiva, those are glands of Wolfram, found in the tarsal conjunctiva, helps to accessory secretion of the tears. Now the next gland, crypts and Hanel, found in the orbital conjunctiva, helps for the horizontal folds of the mucous membrane in the orbital region. Coming to the next, that is the goblet cells. These are present in the bulbar conjunctiva. Glands of Mans arranged in the ring around the cornea. Coming to the next point, nerve supply. It is derived from the first division of the trigeminal nerve. The nerve supply to conjunctiva around the eye. Coming to the next point, that is blood supply. Blood supply is derived from the ophthalmic artery. Kind request once again to you all, please subscribe my channel and hit the bell. Thank you.